I got some stuff down there. I got a mentorship program that's not for everybody. It's 25,000. Links below. I'll send you the questions. And something that is for everybody is the whole the Kingdom program. That's for everybody. And there's other stuff, YouTube channels, all this stuff. Check it out. So be sure to watch this video from the beginning to end because we're about to get deep. We're about to get deep, 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 deep. All right, so I got something I need to say. Men who pay women extremely large sums of money for sex are foolish. Now, when I say extremely large sums of money, what am I talking about? $1,000, $1,500, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to have sex with this woman one time. I think that is one of the most foolish things a man can do with his money. Because here's the thing, and here's the truth. That woman that you're paying $2,500 for sex has fucked someone for free. I want you to understand that. She is giving that pussy for someone for free. So I have been able to go on sugar baby websites. I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound strange. If you're looking for a solid girlfriend, you can find one there on the sugar baby website. Now, you're going to have to work for it because here's the thing. My number is about 50 women. I'll have to have conversations with about 50 women to actually find one because here's the thing. There's layers to these women. There's a group of women who want money just for you to talk to them. And there's another group of women that I think are absolutely fucking foolish. They want you to pay them money to take them to dinner. And they have platonic relationships, meaning you'll pay this woman money, but you'll never get any sex. So you're paying to take this woman to dinner, and she's going home to fuck Chad for free because she wants to. And then there's groups of women on there who are just crazy, in my opinion. They're just crazy. So one of the things you need to do is have a firm understanding of what's going on. Now, I've been able to go on secret benefits and get women and turn them into girlfriends. It ain't easy. I'm not going to sit there and say that this is something that you could do that's super easy. It's going to take some time and effort. That's my boo. I got pictures of her. I need to create another album just for her. But one of the things you have to understand, let me see how my pictures are situated. I don't know how these are separated. But one of the things you have to understand that women are very peculiar. That's the word I would use. A woman, like part of my questions was, I would like to see if they wanted to date, if they wanted to go on a traditional date. A lot of them don't want to go on a date. They want you to give them extremely large sums of money for potential sex. Now, what do I mean by that? I was talking to this one girl. She had some problems. She was about to be evicted. So she needed like $2,500 real quick and fast. That would be a bad, bad deal for anybody, right? Because here's the thing. That's what she wanted, but I don't think she could have fulfilled that. I don't think that she could have been able to keep her part of the deal. So let me go ahead and I should be at a picture. Okay. All right. You can't find her online. Now, this is one of the women that I met on the Secret Benefits website, right? So we were talking, and I said, hey, let's go to dinner. So we go to dinner. We have a nice dinner. She shows up. She's really, really nice looking. And then I was like, let's go back to my place. We go back to my place. We instantly have sex. Instantly. I never paid her a penny. Never paid her a penny. We dated about 2.5 years. Great sex. She was super kinky. She was super freaky. Always came over. And we kind of parted ways because some stuff happened in her life that created a situation that just was untenable for her. And then she had a situation where she needed some surgery. I gave her $7,500. Why did I give her $7,500? She needed money. And when she was with me, she was a good girlfriend. She really was. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not going to be like that. Also, no, she was just kind of someone I would see here and there. I'm trying to find this is another one that Sugar Baby website pulled her off. Now she was in law school and she was struggling she was living with her mother and she was struggling to raise up money and she needed, quote, a daddy of sugar, right? And I told her, I was like, I can't do that. I can date you and we can see where it goes, but for me just to arbitrarily give you money every time you needed money, I can't do that. And she said, okay. Because she was kind of, struggling. Then we started going out and we started going to nice places. Then the third time I met her, she spent the night. And then I started seeing her 2 and 3 times a week. And we had sex maybe 12 or 14 times. And then something happened with her car. Her car broke down and she called me. She said, my car broke down. I said, what is it? She said, I don't know. So we take it to the shop and the car needs like $1,500 worth of work. And I was like, okay, I'll pay that. And she just kind of looked at me. She said, you will? I said, yeah, I'll help you out. Because the thing is, at that point, she was my girlfriend. We were seeing each other, we were going out. And after that, had sex with her. I have a really good memory, extremely good memory. Had sex with her maybe 20 times. Then she ran into some stuff where her tuition kind of got messed up and she needed $5,000. I gave it to her. And then one night we were in bed and this was after have sex. And she's like, I think I like having you as a boyfriend because whenever I'm in trouble, you help me out. Her exact phraseology, whenever I'm in trouble. I didn't give her money every time we had sex. I didn't. I just helped her out whenever she had a valid need. So, once again, many of you would love fucking her because, let's see. And this one, we didn't even go out. I met her on the app. She came over. We talked. She got nude. She got the dick. And then she said she felt uncomfortable. And I was like, what do you feel uncomfortable about? She's like, the whole having sex and trading for money, she said, it doesn't sit well with me. I said, we don't have to do it like that. Let's just hang out, have fun, enjoy each other's company, and whenever you need some help, I'll help you. And she's okay. And I had sex with her like 8 times, and then something happened with her. She had a Tahoe, and something happened, and that was like $500, and boom, I gave her the money. See, I didn't give them some money every time we had sex. I gave them money when they had a valid need, and they were treating me correctly, right? So, let's see. And this one right here, Jesus Christ. She's a squirter. Oh my God. 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 So essentially, I was able to go to a Sugar Baby website, convince women to participate in a normal relationship and not pay them every time we had sex. Not pay them every other time. Not even pay, like Jenny, I actually had sex with her like 2.5 years. And then I started giving her money because she had surgery. But once again, if you are a good girlfriend to me and you have needs and I can help you out, I'll help you out. It's not a problem. Now, let's talk about my former BDSM lifestyle. One of the things that kind of brought me out, because I went through a lot of phases. Phase number 1, I stopped sleeping with married women because you never know whose husband is crazy and whose husband will like put a gun to your head. So I stopped doing that. And then I stopped going to clubs because I started to see some things. Now, I was in Chicago in this sex club, and there was this married white couple in there, and she wanted to experience a big dick, right? So there was this guy, he looked kind of like DJ Metcalf. He had that build, he kind of looked like him, 6'6", solid. And then, and they go over and they talk to him. Dude is walking around with a penis like this, a little bit longer, right? And that thick. So they get off into a public play area and he puts a dick in her and she started making sounds that her husband has never heard come from her lips. And she just clamped down on this dude and she just shivered because she came so hard. He had been fucking her for 5 minutes and she came that hard. And her husband got this look on his face like, that's the look of trouble. That's the look of trouble. Then I heard through the grapevine that he was like, we don't need to have an open relationship anymore. But at that point, she had been dictified. See, here's the thing, and you guys don't want to hear this. When a woman has had extremely good sex with a dude, she will think about that dude all the time. It will not be like, oh, we just had good sex, she goes home. She's going to think about him in the shower. She's going to think about him when she's playing with herself. He's going to become her sexual fantasy because he gave it to her so good, right? And then the husband, he's like, ugh. Then there was a situation where I was in the club and there was another couple and her husband, he saw this chick. And this chick was what I call a super freak. She'd take it anyway. I mean, she could take 2-3 Jews on. She was extremely sexual. And this chick knew how to give what I would consider, I never got one because I didn't mess with her. But based upon what I saw, she gave amazing blowjobs. I'm talking about blowjobs that make you go home and slap your mother upside the head like, bitch, fuck you. I mean, so this woman's husband gets one of these super blowjobs. The motherfucker came in like 2 minutes. It was, whoa, and he literally fell on the floor because she hooked him up so hard. And the wife had that look on her face. When you have a partner that gets that type of sexual joy for someone they've never met before, this can create a problem. I was dating someone and she wanted to have a threesome with one of her coworkers, and I said no. I did not want her coworkers, because here's the thing. Women share everything. They share your dick size. They share the way you make love. They share the way you kiss. They share everything with their female friends. And I was like, and I told her, I said, don't be sitting there talking about sex life with your coworkers. Well, it's just, I was like, don't do that shit. So once again, if you're in a committed relationship, do not open up the relationship. Because you open up the relationship, as long as you're meeting normal people and having normal sex, it can be fun. But when you meet one of those Super Saiyans, when you meet one of those people who will put the yippy dog on you, this is a problem. This will be a problem. I remember this movie. I forget this movie. It was a black movie. And this guy, he had sex with this black prostitute, and it was so good. He called his wife. He said, Phyllis, I'm leaving you. That's what happens when you meet someone who puts that Super Saiyan, that yippy dog on you, and you're all twisted. I remember this chick I met, Craigslist, years and years ago. She used to sell cars. And she put the yippy dog on me because she was short and everything. And then we were having sex and she was riding me. Then she came. Then she did this thing with her hips after she came. And she was like, oh my God, you made me come. I need to do something for you. Then she got down on me and did a deep throat. Shoom like that. I was sitting there like, what the? I came like in 30 seconds because I had never, most women cannot get my dick down their throat. She did it like with ease. And I was in her, I was like, what? She put the yippy dog on me. I thought about that bitch morning, noon, and night. Every time I turn around, I thought about her. Sometimes I'd be in the mall. Oh, is that her? See, when someone puts that type of sexual pleasure on you, it is dangerous. This is why you do not, like, since I've had such an extremely sexual life, I've come way down. I don't do the BDSM stuff no more. And I would never, ever bring a threesome or something else to my wife. I would never do that. Because once again, as long as you're having sex with regular, normal people, it'll be okay. But if you come across a Super Saiyan, you come across someone to put that yippy dog on you, your marriage could be in trouble. I'm serious. I've seen it happen. When they get that look, when they hear sounds come from you that they've never heard before, when they're like, wait a minute, this stranger is giving my husband or my wife more pleasure than I can. Most folks can't handle that. They just can't handle it. It's too much. So my advice to you, if you're in a committed relationship, do not open it up. Do not do threesomes. It takes people with a different mindset to be swingers. There's some people who really get off on that. Like their mate gets to come really hard. They get off on it. There's some people wired that way. Average person ain't wired that way. Average person, this is going to create insecurity, jealousy, all types of stuff. And that's going to filter into your marriage and going to cause a problem. So once again, to the men out there who are paying these women ridiculous sums of money just to have sex with one, stop that shit. Go out and get you a little game, because literally, and I'm about to give you some steps. Every time you see a woman that you find extremely attractive, step to her, say my name is such and such, shoot your shot. Over and over and over. And what's going to happen over a period of time, you will build up a roster of women that you actually want to be with. I remember I was in Chicago. I was in the bar, and there was this tall blonde. She was probably like 6 feet without heels, and she had heels. So she was actually taller than me because I'm 6'1". So when I walked up to her, I had to look up to her. And I said, "You're fucking beautiful." And she looked at me, she said, "You really think so?" I was like, "I want to fuck the shit out of you, yeah." And she was like, "Really?" Beautiful woman, beautiful woman. I don't have her picture. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the hotel tonight. My name's Glendon. What's your name?" I told her I wanted to fuck her. And I was like, and she was like, "It's been a minute." I said, "What do you mean it's been a minute?" She said, "Men just don't approach me. I'm tall." I said, "You're gorgeous. And you've got this long blonde hair and these pretty blue eyes. You're fucking gorgeous." And I went upstairs and I did my best to put the yippy dog on her. I was giving her extra dick. I was like, "Oh, you need some more dick? Let's go right." All right. I made her come so hard, she started fucking crying. She was like, she rolled over and she was like, and she said, "I normally don't come through sex. Oh my God, you're fucking amazing." Every time I went back to Chicago, and she was always available, always, because I put that yippy dog on her. You put the yippy dog on them, they will always be available. They can get married and have 3 kids, and they will still give you that pussy, because that's the power of the yippy dog. I put it on her. I put the yippy dog on her, and like the yippy dog move. Once again, it's kind of a forced move, because you take their legs and you probably put her legs under her elbows, right? If they're flexible enough. And she was flexible enough, and I did that to her, and I opened up that pussy, and I fucked her hard as I could, just bam, bam, bam. And she came. So, once again, I talked about this in another, Rich Cooper. I think he's really a smart guy. A lot of stuff is fear-based dating. And once you learn how to navigate this stuff, you will not have to pay a woman for sex. You will not. I mean, once again, Craigslist. I had married women, beautiful women, high school women come into my apartment to fuck me for free. No dates, no game, no bullshit, no lies. And this is why I look at a lot of the dating advice on YouTube like, yeah, what you're saying is you don't know how to get a woman. What you're saying is you don't know how to get easy pussy. What you're saying is your game is weak. That's how I look at that stuff. So once again, do not be one of these dudes out here paying women. You know, the average man makes $1,100 a week, $1,000. That's his whole fucking week. That's 40 hours a week for 1 hour of pussy. That's insane. That's insane. Stop doing that shit, man. That's insane. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that if you get your economics together and you get yourself together. All right, so let me know your thoughts and opinions on this.